Hello beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and today we're looking at the blocks that are presenting themselves. The interesting part of the cards that came out was that you have the two, spiritual union, and then you have the Two of Swords, which indicates a blinding or a delay or something, as you can see by the fact that she has a blindfold. But the way that it's coming in is that the spiritual union, you don't need the eyes of the body to see. The only eyes you need is the eyes of energy, okay? As indicated truly by here. And the two is of the heart, so it comes from the energy of the heart. When I see this Two of Swords, all I see is somebody protecting the middle. In other words, protecting that heart energy. And its protection comes from the pink and the blue, which indicates the masculine and the feminine energy. So the eyes cannot see, and the ocean is, the card went, the ocean is really strong around, as well as the lightning and the clouds. There's a lot going on in the environment. But within, you have a spiritual union. So if it's a block, this means that you're paying attention more to the outside than you are the inside. And this is what they're going to be talking about today. So we're going to start with the spiritual union, and we're going to pull some cards, Pisces, to see how Spirit can help you. Now I'm pulling from the Intuition Oracle. Yeah, I feel there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of stuff, but you got to really listen to the internal, Pisces. Look at this, the lovers. The lovers. I love this. And it's not even the 6, it's 7, which is linked up to the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, focusing on the good, focusing on you, focusing on the stuff that you're working on. I attract love, abundance, success, happiness, and fulfillment. So, absolutely, again, and, you know, linking into the masculine and the feminine, again, here. So, let's take a look. It's number 7. We've had it before. We're going to look in depth here because you want to understand as well. And it's the purpose of life. If the purpose of life is to be happy, then remember that life is a party to be enjoyed to the best of your ability. If you remember nothing in excess, you would do well to make yourself, your possessions, and your surroundings as attractive and impressive as possible, and thereby draw to yourself what you've been searching for. Right. So I'm a person who does this too. I want everything to be perfect before I start anything. Instead of focusing maybe, let's say this whole room. I'll give you an example. I would want to have everything set up or planned out before I do any renovations to this room or to this office, instead of focusing on just this corner. And when you do that, I think that you really cut yourself off from the things, from the abundance that you can feel immediately. So focus on the good and the things that you can do right at this moment, okay? The present moment needs and deserves your full attention. Love is in the air. You are raising your vibration by using both your logical mind and your intuition to honestly and realistically assess where you're on life's path. This is the spiritual union, okay? Doing this will attract more of what you desire. Okay, though you should not take any foolish or risky actions that you would regret later, grant yourself permission to take a break from worry and from being overly pragmatic and logical. Absolutely. That's what it's talking about. Doing the whole room. Logically, you should set up the whole thing before you start. But if you can get happiness from just one corner, do it, right? You can always adapt or change things up as you go, right? Let a little adventure and romance into your life. Exactly. If you are in a relationship, efforts must always be made by both parties to recover the indescribable feeling of excitement, attraction, and exhilaration that comes with the first blush of romance. It should be fun, not work, or a sacred duty imposed upon you by others. So again, they're talking about more of a relationship between two. If that applies to you, that's great. But I always talk energetically when I do these readings. Okay, so we do spiritual union. So let's see here. This is heart. So, yeah. Again, this is talking more about partners. It's talking about giving that energy. Are they giving it or taking it away? And there should be an equal balance between giving and receiving energy. Absolutely. And the only way you're going to do that is through the heart center. Okay. So I'm not going to really talk about that because, like I said, it's not really focusing on... I don't focus the readings on just relationships or money. It's about your general energy around you, right? So abundance is whatever it means to you, because this is not a personal reading, okay? So let's see here. Let's take some cards out, Pisces. Queen of Swords, Four of Hearts, King of Pentacles, and a Five of Wands. So we're going to start with those. The Queen of Swords, the Four, the King. So right away, you got the feminine and the masculine being represented. Two different suits, but that's all well. That's all fine. Again, bringing in the fact you have 2 and 2, the 4 coming in, and those hearts are they're going up on this card. So you may be in a position where you're just kind of waiting it out, but love is still pouring out of you. And maybe that's the whole point. Maybe that's the point of you just sitting this out and reconnecting with the heart chakra. It really is, okay? Because right here, that's the mind. That's the Queen of Swords. That's the one who's been through it. She is very logical. She's very independent. She's very strong. But you need to reconnect with your heart to really find the mastery and the resources that you need. You have the Five of Wands. Again, as I said, what's going on around you may be very different than what you're trying to, well, not trying, but what you are reconnecting to inside. There may be a lot of conflicts. There may be some disagreements. The Five of Wands is always brainstorming or conflict or problems to solve and tests to solve, tension. It's very hard to stay cool, calm, and collected in environments that don't represent that energy. Right? But you have the ability. Remember, you have that Two of Swords. It's begging you to reconnect. You have the Sun. The Judgment. Nice. Oh, and these are just coming out. And the Seven of Hearts. So with the Sun, of course, it offers clarity, illumination, success, radiance, enthusiasm, personal growth, shining a light on things, right? So like I said, shining the light on the heart chakra is what you're trying to do. You're trying to find success by focusing on the right energy. The Judgment card, again, Judgment reminds me a little bit of the Four, of staying still for a moment to review, change, release what needs to be done, and then kind of it's the card before completion. So it's almost like it is like a review of what have I done? Do I need to fix or tweak anything before I take the last step? And this is kind of sort of the same thing, right? It's the way that you're doing it. You're putting out all your cards on a table. You're looking at your behaviors. You're holding yourself accountable for your choices and everything that you've done. It's a time to call. It's time to figure it out, okay? And be lifted up. If you're truthful and you about everything that's going on, even with yourself, even if you're handling the situation poorly, you can say, I'm not handling the situation, I'm not reacting well to what's going on in the environment. Then you can forgive yourself and just move on. Okay. The Seven of Hearts. Seven has been just dominating everything, I feel. Even though there's not that many here, I still feel like there's sevens everywhere for me. The Seven of Hearts is the choices that you have to make. Sometimes there's too many. Sometimes there's an indecisiveness that comes with this card, right? It's again a brainstorming. You're brainstorming what you want to do. Maybe that has to do with the conflict. You have resources, but you're not quite sure how to use them yet. So your resources, of course, is your heart energy that helps, almost like I hate to say it, but it's almost, your heart energy is almost like the drug that tempers the rest of the energies, okay? Because a kind and beautiful heart, I don't know, it always understands a lot more. Where logic fails, where logic fails, where materialism fails, the heart is always there to help out, to rebalance things out with the logic, with the material, with the passion, right? You have the Queen of Hearts. There you go. And the Three of Swords. Look at these cards. Look at these cards. They're just like talking about that difficulty, the difficulties that are coming in. Right here you have conflict, indecision, heartbreak, fear, sorrow, pain, whatever you want to call it. You're going through the gamut of the energies that feel not so great, right? But here you have the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Hearts. So, let's see here, Pisces. Of course, with the heart comes a lot of feminine energy. So you have two queens to the king, which means that you have to maybe go back into the self, okay? The heart self, the heart chakra. Absolutely. Doesn't mean that it's out of balance. It just means that maybe you're reacting more in the masculine, so you got to rebalance with a little more feminine. That's it. Okay, so the clarity is from the mind to the heart. Again, going down this way. Spirit is showing up here. I know it's not the card of Spirit, it is mine as a reader. So that's why I always relate to this one. The Three of Pentacles for me is always about a partnership with Spirit and a partnership. The Ace of Hearts is the fresh new start, the heart chakra, the beginning, right, of the emotional link. I feel that even though you're going through this right now, these are all minor arcana. So these are day to day. This is for this week. Doesn't mean it's for the year. It doesn't mean that it's going to stay with you. It just means that this may be going through you right now. You have passion, you have hearts, and you have mind. Okay? All of this is just kind of taking its toll on you, Pisces. But you have the Three of Pentacles, so you have finally that union, that partnership that's going to help ground all of these. And you have this brand new opportunity. In the middle is the Judgment card. Like I said, it's the The review, the awakening, the renewal, the second chance, the rite of passage, the transitioning to something new, the resolving of issues, and forgiving yourself and others, moving past this, tapping into something more. Absolutely. So you may start with the mind, but remember, love is right here. This is the dominant force right here. And it's begging you to go into it. Hearts, hearts. It's going, please, let your heart speak. Listen to the heart. Take the time to really listen. This is, the hearts is the dominant on the table. And I just realized that I'm doing a lot of logical card looking. Like I'm looking at the cards and I'm logically associating things in my mind. Which is great, but at the end of the day, you've got to feel it. Okay, and that's what they're telling me. You're logically explaining things the way the Queen of Swords would. Very, very good. Very good. But do you understand how to feel about it? Do you understand how to bring it forward, is what I feel from them. Saying, do you understand that at one point you have to put the blinder on for the physical, for the mind, and let the body, the energy go through you, feel, because this is outwardly. Okay? This is outwardly. Your heart and your spirit is protecting you. So, there you go, Pisces. I mean, if you do the 7 and the 2, that's a 9. There's a lot of spiritual help coming in here for you. Much, 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 much spiritual help. It doesn't stop the fact that you are still feeling a lot of this conflict coming in. Okay? You're still feeling like screwed up and stuff. I don't know what this is, but this is definitely something for you. This is something that's going through your mind, and it's on repeat, whatever it is. And sometimes it's a different situation, but it's the same repeated fear. It brings on the same feeling of instability, of fear, of guilt, whatever it is. It's kind of weird because that's what they're saying. It could be a different thought, but it brings on the same feeling of insecurity or instability that you're feeling. So you have to resolve this conflict. You have to take a page out of the logical book and put a heart page into the logical book to balance things out here. Trust your psychic. Trust your sun. Your enthusiasm, your love, your success. You knowing how far you've come, okay? Sometimes we get bogged down in the little things. And like I said, they keep saying, minor arcana. Don't be bogged down by these. They're just a stepping stone to something more. Well, alright, beautiful Pisces. This is it for the first reading. We're going to come back and we're going to look at the Six of Swords and see what kind of energy this has to offer you. I'm sending you lots of love, light, and blessings, as always, my beautiful ones. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for absorbing. I've seen so many comments that you know, you feel, you're getting it, you understand, and that's wonderful. It's wonderful that you are empowering yourself to do more, to be stronger, to be in a love space, to move in that space and create a world that, well, let's face it, that you want to live in and that you want to wake up to every day. Okay? So take good care. I'll see you later. Bye for now.